During my first week of university, my parents sent me money for textbooks, and I just went to the mall and I bought makeup and a pregnancy test, and I found out in a public washroom that I was going to be a mother at 17. So naturally, I dropped out of university and I began my hot mess 20s as a single teen mom with no education. I worked a minimum wage job until I was 19, and then I started bartending at like a sketchy dive bar in my city, and the tips were pretty good, but it was definitely like really dangerous. My friend was like, you can't work at the sketchy bar, so he put a good word in with his boss, which was actually at a bank, and I started my job as a bank teller. I knew that this was like going to be my only chance at a respectable life, so I actually worked really hard at the bank, and I got promoted multiple times, and I was a financial advisor in my early 20s. But then I had a quarter-life crisis. I was friggin' miserable. I hated the corporate rat race. I felt trapped and like I had no life experience at all. So I went back to bartending and I saved up like $2,300 and I bought a ticket to Thailand. I really need to get some perspective, and I was the happiest I'd ever been when I was traveling. So at that moment, I vowed to forever chase freedom. But life happens, and as soon as I got back to Canada, I went back to working in finance. But I was totally miserable almost right away, and I just like wanted to be free again. So I started what I like to call the transformation. I started reading books on business and money like compulsively. I watched YouTube nonstop. I made to-do lists and goal lists almost every single day compulsively. And then I started trying stuff. First, I did an MLM and lost a ton of money and embarrassed myself. Then I was going to be like an investing genius and bought a bunch of penny stocks and lost all of my life savings, which was devastating. And then I was going to be an Instagram influencer, and like I tried a bunch of other things and failed at all of it. So I was like in the process of blowing up my 9-to-5 again because I was miserable. I needed $700 to pay my rent, and I promised myself that if I could make $700 online, I would not have to look for a job right away. So I bought a bunch of ring lights wholesale off of AliExpress, and I started selling them on Marketplace. I think I sold them for like a $40 markup. And your girl made her rent, and I was really excited. So even though I failed at becoming an influencer, I actually learned a ton about the platform. I was being really objective by trying to like learn how to do it all. I was especially like observant about the marketing that brands were doing to me. And then it kind of all clicked for me. The ring lights and the Instagram could go together, and I could use Instagram to sell physical products. I kind of started to understand supply chains, and then I just went full-fledged to learn everything that I could about e-commerce and marketing all day, every day. And literally in that first year, I built 4 different stores that sold $2.3 million of clothes on the internet. And my whole life changed. And I even have followers now. So like, keep trying, guys. All those fails got me closer every time.